In this episode of the Investor Exchange Zoom course, we're going to be talking about lighting. And if you can't see me very clearly, that's precisely the point. We all take lighting for granted until it's poor, and then we realize just how important it is, and why for you running an annual general meeting on Zoom, it's critically important to get right. So what can you do? First, use the lights at your disposal. The house lights. Make sure that you've actually switched them on and perhaps activated most of the lights that you have in the particular boardroom where you're running your AGM. But even that might not be enough. And you can also see, just by looking at the webcam, just how out of focus your presentation actually looks. Now, this is the result not of a poor camera, but simply that you don't have enough lights. So, make sure that you use other lights at your disposal. For example, these ring lights. These are very popular and are actually relatively easy and cheap to buy. And again, when you turn one on, you'll then see that you've got a certain effect. You've certainly got a lot better light, but it might also still cast some further shadows. So why not have a second ring light? And all of a sudden you look a lot better. These ring lights also come with multiple colors. So you can, for example, switch them from the so-called yellow tungsten light to the daylight. Right? And so that's when the white turns more that white color. The light turns white, and therefore you look a little bit more like you're actually out of doors. So overall, make sure that you get the lighting right. The focus obviously now also looks a lot better. And you'll want to make sure that as a result, your chairman and chief executive sound and look their very best. Speaking of sound, we haven't actually talked about the audio just yet. That'll be the subject of our next episode in the Investor Exchange Zoom course.